Okay, so we are working on our short stories, and I will have the things that you need on an e-backpack for that. You're writing your own original short story, right?
Yep.
And so yesterday and part of today we had some practice on using quotations because I want your story to have some dialogue. Let your characters talk to each other, right? And in this we have the elements of fiction. You need to have your setting and your characters, called the exposition. What kind of conflict do they have? Okay. Is it internal conflict where they're trying to make a decision, or is it external conflict where they're fighting against someone or something or the weather? Okay. Then you have your rising action, which is all the events that lead up to the climax. The climax is the turning point or the most exciting part of the story, right? And then the falling action and the resolution, where the resolution is where the problem's solved. Does it have to be a happy solution? No. No, it can be. Doesn't have to be. The falling action and the resolution is a special French term. What is that called? Denouement. Looks like denouement, but it's denouement. Right, okay? And that's going to be in the packet that I gave you, all right? So, looking at this, what I really want you to pay attention to, can I have you guys right here shut your Chromebooks for a moment so I know you're listening? One of the things that we're really looking at, let me put up on the screen what you're going to be proofreading for tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow, with your classmates, you're going to be doing, I want you to check for these things yourself first, and then you're going to be checking with, someone else is going to check to see that you have these things. The setting. Many vivid descriptive words used to tell when and where the story took place. The characters, the main characters named and clearly described. Most readers could describe the characters accurately. The plot elements, which we just talked about, all of those things. Very easy for the reader to understand the problem that the main characters face and why it's a problem. The solution to the character's problem is easy to understand and is logical. Literary devices. The author has extensively used imagery. Imagery are things that appeal to your senses of sight, sound, smell, taste, and feel, right? The characters and setting come alive because of these literary devices that you've used. Nicholas, please close the Chromebook for now. I asked everyone to please close their Chromebooks. Thank you. All right. The story is very well organized. One idea or scene follows another in logical sequence. It's creative. It's got creative details and descriptions, which we're going to be talking about right now. After you do all of that, then you'll check for the mechanics. Have you capitalized what should be capitalized? Do you have ending punctuation? Are there commas? Are the quotation marks where they're supposed to be? Have you indented where you need to indent, or drop down the line where you need to do that? Okay? So that's what you're proofreading for. This actually was what you have in your packet. It's that last page that says rubric. In other words, that is what I am looking at when I grade your paper, or for those things. Okay? Now, one of the ways that you can elaborate is through personification. Who remembers what personification is?
Oh!
Yes, Autumn.
Like giving an uncharacteristic thingy? Kind of?
What?
A non-human being giving human characteristics.
Okay, giving a thing human characteristics, something that isn't human, making it like a human. And you have the word person in personification, right? You can do that in your story. Or you can use, this person did many cool things on his little paragraph here that are great types of elaboration. He uses action verbs. He uses great descriptions. He appeals to your senses. And so, I don't want you, if you know what this is, don't say anything. At the end, we'll see if you can figure out what it is, okay? He says, I sit on my table in Miss Smith's classroom smelling the geraniums and dust and waiting for someone to come. What's a geranium?
A rat.
No.
Oh, rat.
Yeah.
Is that like some kind of like chemical?
No. A geranium is a kind of flower.
Oh,
Okay, yes.
Oh, yes.
All right. I'm hungry for a good meal of zesty electricity, but no one feeds me. I'm helpless until someone attaches my tail to an outlet, and then electricity courses through my body, and my heart hums with happiness. Suddenly, a boy with gritty hands bumps me. He sticks sweaty paper into my mouth and twists my ear. His calloused fingers press my keys, and I flick my letters against the paper in protest. My mind works wildly, and I invent wonderful stories. But just to get even, I deliberately misspell some words. He misspelled that. My head jerks to the left, and a bell clangs in my ear.
I know what it is.
Sometimes the boy misses my keys, and then he rubs the paper angrily with an eraser. Rubber bits tickle my ribs. When he's finished, he pulls the paper out of my grasp and knees me in the stomach. He forgets to cover me, and I sit burning in the sun. Chalk dust itches my smooth black skin. I'm sad and lonely, and I stop humming.
I know what it is.
What is he?
I know. I think I know what it is. I'm not sure.
All together.
Typewriter.
Typewriter. Yes. An electric typewriter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's personified a typewriter, and what did the typewriter? Let me go over here. What did the typewriter smell?
A flower and
Okay.
dust.
He doesn't say flowers. He gives a specific geraniums and dust. Okay, that's what he smells. Okay. What does he see?
A sweaty kid.
Okay, sees the sweaty kid come in, right?
Sweaty
To work on it. All right.
Like this.
What is he hungry for?
Electricity.
Zesty electricity. Excuse me. What else does he taste? Speaking of taste,
Paper.
what kind of paper?
Sweaty paper.
Sweaty paper. Okay. All right. So there's some imagery there. What does he feel?
Keys. His pressed like.
Oh, like gristly, like
What does he
hands.
feel on the pressed keys?
Rubber.
Calloused
Oh.
fingers. Right. Okay. What does he hear?
The bell.
The bell, the clang, right? Okay, can we please shut the Chromebooks, please? Those of you who are sneakily trying to keep working. This is important, okay? So he hears the bell clang. He feels the rubbing of the eraser on him. What about the rubber bits?
Tickle my
They tickle, okay? And then he feels the burning sun, okay? So, and gritty hands up above that. So he has very good descriptions of if he were a typewriter, what would he see, hear, smell, taste, feel? Please put the book away for now, Ethan. Thank you.
The
All
type.
right.
It's called the type.
So we have here, he's hungry.
Are you serious?
He is, the electricity courses. His heart hums. He gets bumped. The boy sticks paper in his mouth and twists his ear. The fingers press the keys. He flicks his letters and protests. His mind works wildly. He invents and misspells. His head jerks. The bell clangs. The boy misses some of his keys, rubs the paper. They tickle. The rubber bits tickle. Pulls the paper out of his grasp. Okay? The chalk dust itches. Okay? Now, what are these words that I'm circling?
Well,
Human characteristic.
Hums, courses, bumps, sticks, twist, press, flick, work, invent, misspell. What part of speech are the words that I have circled?
Verb.
What type of verb? Action verbs. So, this I wanted to show you as a good example of elaboration because this student used personification. He personified a typewriter, which is not a human thing, of course. And he used action verbs in his description. He used imagery with the senses there. He could have thrown in a simile. I was as, or the sweaty paper was as salty as what?
The sea.
The sea, the ocean, dirty old salt lick.
Ew.
You know, I don't know, not something not good, right? Ew, I got a reaction from you. You want a reaction in your story. Don't tell me your story.
Show me
your story through your good words, like these action verbs, through your descriptions. How? What do your characters in your story that you're making up, what do your characters see, hear, taste, smell, feel? Part of what I hear should be what they're saying in their dialogue, right? Take me to the land of where your characters are. Give me good descriptions. Give me dialogue. Give me action verbs. Make it exciting. I'm going to be reading 50 of these. There's 50 of you. So make yours stand out to me, okay? So that's what you're going to need to be working on. I'm going to let you work this on your Chromebook. Okay, you can open up your Chromebook and continue story. Please remember to elaborate. Give me those cool imagery things. Give me those great descriptions. Give me that dialogue. I'll be coming around and looking at that. Okay? And for this, I will have on eBackpack what you need to be working on. So, everybody, I'm going to take this. Let's see. Everybody say hi to Sarah.
Sarah.
You man. You savage.
We miss you.
Sarah.
You boss.
New kid.
Keep faith in you.
Oh, we got a new kid.
Okay.
There's
All
a
right.
new kid in Christmas.
And nobody was manning the camera, so I hope it's not too weird. We missed you. Praying for you. Bye.
Chris left. Also, Jake. Chris.